Terra Nullius is a book about the colonization of Australia. The problem? It's being colonized by aliens. Through the initial 9 chapters, the book is presented as a period piece critique of the colonization of Australia by what we assume is the United Kingdom around the 19th century. And that is where the problem starts. We assume. Terra Nullius is a book that is great at making you feel like you're watching the colonization of a civilization from many points of view, but uses the plot twist equivalent to a jump scare, surprising but meaningless to the plot. Terra Nullius has a bad plot twist as it does not meaningfully change the plot in any way, shape, or form. Chapter 10 of Terra Nullius focuses on an article in a newspaper, the last newspaper on Earth, which talks about the colonization of Australia by an extraterrestrial race called the Settlers. And that's where our problems start. While Terra Nullius' plot twist is absolutely effective at conveying the feeling of hopelessness felt by colonized countries, I would be lying if I didn't say that it's a bad twist in terms of plot. It's a bad twist as the reader is the only one surprised. All the characters knew about the invasion, and the way the plot twist is concealed makes it even more frustrating. Claire Coleman conceals the plot twist with the use of simple language: settlers, ships, guns, natives, and by flat out not mentioning important details like the presence of settler technology, buildings, language, etc. If you were to tell me at the beginning of the book that Terra Nullius is a story about the colonization of Australia by extraterrestrials, I would not believe you. Simply because there's absolutely no hint outside of vague language that the settlers are extraterrestrials and the natives are humanity.
One of the main reasons I'm so harsh on Terra Nullius' twist is that plot twists can completely define my opinions on stories. Just take the case of Cyberpunk 2077. The reveal that V can either return to their body, living out what little time's left before succumbing to the relic, or giving complete control over to Johnny to let him try to redeem himself works, as it affects every major character and V's arc as a character, letting the player decide if Johnny is worth redeeming. Or take American Psycho and Mr. Robot. The reveal that Elliot is Mr. Robot is such an effective twist, as it makes the viewer and Elliot question which characters are real and which are also Elliot. It's the exact same thing with American Psycho. The reveal that Paul Allen is alive calls the viewer and Patrick Bateman to question whether what they've seen is real or is Bateman's rage-induced fantasy caused by 80s yuppie culture.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
Because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London. Just 10 days ago.
No, you didn't.
These 3 twists work as they affect characters or plot directly and are solvable before the reveal. Now, I'm not one to complain without offering a solution, so here's how I'd change the plot twist of Terra Nullius. I'd get rid of it. I'd rather have it revealed in the first chapter and use the other 9 chapters to explore more of the concept presented in the second half of the book, which don't get the time they deserve as the first half can't go into detail. Unfortunately, just like the natives in the book, I have too much empathy. While I believe the plot twist is extremely weak and blocks concepts being explored, it accomplishes its goal, making the reader feel hopeless. As I was initially reading the book, I felt bored, not because I didn't have empathy for the characters. Jackie's situation is horrible, plot twists are not, but it's because it's a story I've read 100 times. I've read so many books about the colonization of Canada, America, Australia, and its effects on the First Nations populations that I simply couldn't see why this was different. But with the plot twist, I saw why we were reading the book. I have yet to read a book so effective at placing me in the shoes of someone else. It managed to convey how millions of people have most likely felt at seeing their home colonized, and without the plot twist, I doubt it would have the same effect.
Terra Nullius' twist is so difficult to critique as it simultaneously perfectly accomplishes its goal while blocking the true potential of many of its concepts. It's a beautiful house built on a crumbling foundation which makes it impossible to renovate. It's a book that perfectly conveys what hundreds of other books fail to portray, while also failing to explore concepts hundreds of other books did. It's a plot twist with no repercussions, and it's one of the most interesting stories I've ever read.